So let's move on to another incident that took place in Texas. A lot of this racial violence that's occurring during this time period. The Porvenir Massacre. Porvenir was a small village of Mexican Americans in Texas. Now, there was a lot of cattle rustling going on at this time, right? So the theft of cattle from Anglo-Americans. An example of this was a raid that took place on Christmas Day in 1917 on a large ranch called the Bright Ranch. Okay, so individuals were killed, cattle was taken, and Mexican Americans were blamed for this raid on the Bright Ranch. And so the captain of the local Texas Ranger Company, Company B, his name was J.M. Fox, he went and rounded up a number of Mexican Americans from the village of Porvenir, some of them just teenagers, and brought them out to a site and executed them. So 15 Mexican Americans were executed because they were being blamed for this raid that took place on Christmas Day at Bright Ranch near the village of Porvenir. Okay, it comes out though later on, after an investigation was called for by a Mexican-American congressman in Texas, Jose Tomas Canales. Canales is going to call for an investigation, and it comes out ultimately that the Texas Rangers were acting on bad information. Right? There were witnesses who claimed that the raid on Bright Ranch wasn't done by Mexicans or Mexican Americans, but was actually done by another Anglo-American rancher. And he blamed Mexican Americans for it, and the Texas Rangers pretty much just acted on his testimony. And so ultimately, this investigation, which was led by Canales, this Texas congressman, resulted in the disbandment of that Texas Ranger unit, Company B, there around Porvenir in Texas. And J.M. Fox also was fired along with other Texas Rangers during that time, although Fox would return to the Rangers a couple years later. And so the Porvenir Massacre is just another example of Mexican Americans being targeted during this time of heightened violence in Texas.